Alrighty guys, what's going on? Jer here with another epic video. Today guys, we're going to be going through how to use the Gladiator beast deck in 2020 going second. So that's what I'm going to be doing guys, is breaking down what we really want to go for in this particular video. Now for this one, there's no really particular board per se, like you guys, if you watched the previous video, how to go first and the board that you would make and things like that. There's not really one in particular that you would want to go for. Basically, it's whatever your opponent has, you want to go through and try and break it. That's pretty much just the standard, just naturally go in second. Of course, so I'm not going to put anything up specific and see if we can go for it. Basically, we're just going to go through and see what we could do going second, and things like that, and go through some combos. And so you guys can see how the deck mostly works, because it is a going second deck. So yeah, guys, we'll dive in. Before we do that, yet again, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support, and I really do appreciate your guys' love and comments, feedback, and you guys subscribing, watching, and liking the videos. It's hard to believe we're already here at 100 subscribers here on the channel. If you guys want to be a part of the 100 sub giveaway that I'm doing for the booster box of Phantom Rage, please check out my deck profile of the Gladiator Beast deck so you guys can be a part of that. I go over that in that video, so make sure you guys watch that video and go through what I break out in that video, how you guys can enter into that giveaway. With that being said, guys, if you're not yet subscribed, please get subscribed. If you're not liked the video yet, make sure you guys like the video. That helps YouTube see that you guys are still liking the content that I'm putting out, and helps promote the channel and also the video too, which really helps out and helps us grow our community, which is why we've been growing so fast here, these last few weeks. So I definitely appreciate you guys joining the community. Let me know what other kind of videos you guys would like to see if you guys are new, but this is how I usually do my deck profile videos. I'll do the deck profile, and then I'll break down the deck into individual test hands, going first and second, so I can kind of elaborate more, because my channel's meant more for me breaking things down and teaching you guys how to play the deck, and really so you guys can understand how the deck works. So maybe you don't even want to play the deck, but maybe you have a friend that wants to play it, or maybe you have a friend that you play against it and you're not sure how to kind of combat it, so us doing this series would kind of help you with that as well too. So let's go ahead and dive in, guys. Let me go ahead and cut this. I've been doing an insane job shuffling, so we'll see what I can manage to draw. And let's see how this goes, guys. Okey-dokes. Alright, so we're going to go second, so we'll draw 6 cards. 2, good so far. 3, 4, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Alright, so we got almost about probably a perfect hand, guys. Guys, so we got 6, that's our 6 cards. So I'll put them up here so you guys can really just kind of see. We've got Unexpected Die, Dark Ruler No More, Test Tiger, Augustus, Comeback, and Bastari. So that's our hand, guys. So that's insane. So what I would do, right, depending on their board, right, guys, we would play Dark Ruler No More. So let's say they had something, right, that's got some negates, like an Appaloosa or anything like that, or anything that's going to keep us from, really being able to combo, or it's going to negate our monster card effects, or keeping us from doing anything how the deck would work. But obviously, we would play Dark Ruler No More with the very first card we played. So if they don't have anything like that, of course we wouldn't play it, but if they do, we're just going to pretend, let's say they do, and I'll activate, so I'm going to activate it. So now their monster card effects, no longer work against us. So then what we'll do next, guys, with our hand, I'm going to go ahead and activate Unexpected Die. And then what we'll do, we almost got a completely perfect. Rejection was literally our next card. That's insane. If we'd have got that too, that'd have been even more insane from what we had. Alright, so we got out Ondal. Alright, so then we can go ahead and summon Bastari, guys. So at this point, it really depends on what they have. There's so much we can do. Right, I can special summon Test Tiger. And go ahead and use his effect. So it really just depends, guys. I usually mostly like to do everything kind of in main phase 2. Usually I mostly just focus on, like I mentioned before, just wiping out their board. So probably what I would do, depending on what they have, I would just go and send these back to the deck and play Gazaris, pop 2 cards, and if there's something else I can power over and attack it, that's what I would do, or just hit them directly. If not, then what I would do is I would go with the Test Tiger. So we'll go with that. We'll roll with the Test Tiger and just pretend that they have something else. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'll do is I'm going to return End All back to the deck, guys. Using Test Tiger, so we'll switch them out, use his effect, put him in the graveyard. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to bring out good old Augustus. Where is the other one? I guess probably, oh. Good old Augustus. Alright, so then we'll play the Augustus in our hand. Unfortunately, we don't have another monster card to play, because we could play it if we could. So then what we'll do, guys, is then I'll go ahead and return both of those back to the deck. And then we'll special summon out our Tame Editor. Now with our Tame Editor on the board and we've negated their effects, then we'll bring out the Gazaris that we were talking about before. And then now I can go through and pop 2 of their cards. So that helps out a lot. We could pop 2 cards. So this point, right, so we've at least, popped 2 of their cards. If we wanted to pop them again, we could actually do Bastari and Gazaris and play another Gazaris, which I have in the extra deck, and pop another 2 cards. We could pop 4 cards, guys, if we wanted to. But what I'm going to do instead of doing that quite just yet, I'm actually going to link. So I'm going to, now that I've already used the effect, I'm going to link with Bastari and our Tame Editor, send them to the graveyard. Now we want to play our Test Panther. Like I mentioned in the previous video, if there's any time that you guys can afford to play him later, and not go into him first, you definitely want to do that, which is why I didn't do that earlier with the Ondal, and I used the Test Tiger's effect was specifically for this, so we could do this combo. So now I can add another comeback to my hand, guys. So then what we can do is I can play comeback, then we can bring back him again. Let's say maybe they have another, right, maybe another 2 cards that we need to pop again. Worst case scenario. Right? Bam. Now we've popped 4 of their cards. So at this point, right, they should have no monster cards probably left on the field. More than likely no spells or traps, more than likely either at this point. Then what we could also do after that, if we needed to, guys, I could use his effect, tag out Tame Editor, put it back in the extra deck, bring out a quest. So keep in mind, right, we popped 4 cards at this point, guys, just keep that in mind. Well, maybe I'm blind, as usual. Oh, there we go. So bring out a quest, guys. So remember, quest effects activate. I can add one of my Gladiator cards. We're going to add back our, let's see what else we've got. Yeah, we'll add back, come back again. So then what we can do now, what we can go through and do now is, let's see. We'll go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and tag, go ahead and link again, send both of them, because I'm done with his effect. Then I'm going to bring out our Cross Sheep, guys. And then what I'm going to do at this point, then, right, we could attack. At this point, they should be open. Right, so we should ideally be able to hit them directly twice. They're not going to take any damage, right? So, and then we would tag both of them out. So they're not going to take any damage because the Dark Ruler no more. So they're not worried about really getting hit directly. So at this point, we should have wiped their board. We'll say that's happened, just to kind of make, for time purposes. So we'll return them back to the extra deck, guys. So then I'll get the special summon out 4 cards at this point. So then what I would do is we bring out Vesperus, Atorix, let's see, Augustus, and then we'll just pull the other Augustus. And for Atorix, we'll throw the other Vesperus in the graveyard. And then what we can do, guys, at this point, I'm just going to go into both Tame Editors, obviously. At this point, right, we're in main phase 2, so just kind of reminding you guys where we're at. That, and then bring, where did, oh, they're over here, right? Yep. Alright, so we brought up both Tame Editors, guys, so we get to use them. So now they both get their effects again, too. So then at this point, right, I can bring out... Well, also before we do that, Cross Sheep's effect will activate, guys. So then we'll get to bring out a quest. So a quest will come back out. So what we'll go ahead and do then is we'll go like we normally would in the previous video. We'll go into our ultimate lock at this point. We'll go ahead and send both of these guys to the graveyard. So this way we can get our infinite negate up too. So this way our opponent's not going to be able to do anything, and next turn we'll just go for game. So we've got that up. Then we'll go ahead and use this Tame Editor's effect to bring out our Damatianus. Alrighty. And then the other one, guys, we're going to use his effect too. And then we'll bring out another... Because I have those. Yeah, we'll bring out another Damatianus. We'll bring out the second one. And then what I'm going to do after that, guys, we'll link both of these guys away. Then I'm going to go into Union Carrier. Then we're going to activate Union Carrier's effect. We'll use it on our Smorg. And then what I'll be able to do is, like we did before, we'll be able to go to the ultimate lock. So then I'll be able to bring out and equip that to him. So now he'd be at 34. Alright. And then we still have 2 comebacks in our hand, guys. So if we needed to loot more, like I mentioned earlier, destroy more cards, we could have done that. But for time purposes, I didn't do it. But just to you guys get the point that I'm getting across, I could have wiped out, you know, if they had 8 or 10 cards, we could have wiped them all out if they didn't, you know, have anything to interrupt our plays, basically. Alright. So then we would technically end our turn at that point. Smorg's effect would activate. And I don't know why I'm looking because he's right here. So then you guys would be able to play him. Your opponent would go. Now at this point, we can still pick their attack target, guys. We've got extra, so we've got our infinite negate, and then we have 2 extra monster negates on top of that, and we get to pick their attack target. So even if they get rid of one of, like if they kaiju one of these guys or something like that, we've got the other one. So they're going to have to double get rid of them, or like kaiju him and then go for that. But either way, then you still have your double negates, even if they do that. And then back up, right, we still have our comebacks in our hand, guys, so we still have, right, we're still good to go next turn. So it's going to be hard for them to get over this if they don't have a kaiju or something like that to kind of loop around. This combo, we're just going to negate all their effects. They first negate it, like we showed before. It'll get returned to your hand. Then you just special summon it. They can't attack into it because you have Damatianus, so we'll just sling it into that. Or if we wanted to sling it into Union Carrier, we could. If we wanted to sling it into Smorg or, you know, anything else, you know, we could do that. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just want you guys to kind of go through and see there were so much different things we could have done with this particular duel. We had a lot of great options. And all this without even using rejection. You notice I built this crazy board. We didn't even use rejection to be able to do what we did with this particular go in second. So hopefully you guys see why this is my favorite deck. I've used this deck since it come out. What was it, like I think like 2010 or something like that. It was around that time, if not 2010 specifically. But I've used this deck the entire time. I've used it in tournaments and things like that. When it very first come out, I remember using this deck against the Blackwing when the Blackwing very first came out around that time too. So that hopefully gives you an idea of how old this deck is if you're not too familiar with it. But that's in a nutshell, guys, how to use the Gladiator Beast in 2020 go in second, with especially the version that I have with the Infinite Negate. Like I said, you're really just going through to break their board like I did. Gazaris helps a lot with that. Using the Dark Ruler no more helps with that. As you can notice, it didn't matter that we couldn't OTK them. Us just being able to wipe their cards, get their effects, bring them back out, and the board that I make for the Infinite Negate makes for a really good move for them to still get their next turn, but they really can't do anything, right? And if I wanted to, right, I could have played Heraclinos too, guys, so that would have been a perfect blocked, really. So we'd have had still 1 monster negate and Heraclinos, and I had 2 cards, so I could have negated 2 spell or traps if I wanted to do it that way instead of 2 Damatianus, for example. So that way, even if they got rid of our ultimate negate, I still have 1 monster negate, and I can still negate 2 spell cards. So highly unlikely they're getting around that. Possible, but highly unlikely. But yeah, hopefully you guys like videos like this. Let me know down below in the comments maybe what other deck profiles or any feedback you guys have. Hopefully you guys like the format of how I do these. Remember, make sure you guys check out the deck profile of this if you want to get into your chance to win the Phantom Rage booster box that I'm giving away. Also, if you guys are curious for the deck profile itself, just what's in it, I've got it listed down below in all the videos that I did. The original video of the deck profile, I put it in the test hands go in first, and this video, the test hand go in second, how to use it. If you guys would like to see more videos like this with the different decks and things like that, comment down below, let me know. I've got some other ones that I'll be putting out. I'll be putting out the X-Saber one and the Pendulum one that you guys requested. Make sure you guys stick to Friday. I'll make sure that I'll post that Pendulum video, and that's when I'll announce the winner of the Phantom Rage booster box in that particular video. So you guys have to then to subscribe and go through and watch the Gladiator Beast deck profile video and go through what I, on the video how to win through basically, how to win that booster box. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always love making content like for you guys, and like I said, this is my favorite deck, as you probably can tell, or if you've watched any of the live streams. But yeah, if you guys have made it to the end of the video, like always, I greatly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this video, guys, so I'll catch you guys in the next video.